Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Better late than never, as they say. RV Debs here. It's Friday night. And guess what that means? It means I'm late for my live stream. I hope you don't mind, but I was watching Big Brother. Hey Chloe, welcome. Um and it's only on this Friday and Monday, by the way. So they'll be late on Friday and Monday, but then it's going to go back to normal the following week, hopefully. Although that weekend coming up is Halloween, and I may be running late on that. Hi, Danny. Let me open up a window here so I don't have to miss anything. Yeah, so I was running late, and then after Big Brother, I hadn't eaten dinner, so I made myself a bagel with cream cheese and Nova, and treated myself to that. And of course, I had to wash my hands, and I'm here. Hi, Linda. I'm doing great today. Thank you. How are you, Chloe? Yes, today. Hi, Carol. Today was, it didn't get, I don't think it hit 49, something like that. Yeah, it was cold. And it's going to get cold tonight, and tomorrow's going to be really cold. But on Sunday, they said high is in the mid 80s. So it's really crazy weather. Well, that's part of school is being stressed, because you're just getting ready, Chloe, for life, and life is full of stress. So get used to it. It's the way it is, sadly. Hi, Mary. I know. I saw, and I was gonna send you a message, but I thought, well, I'll just get here as soon as I can, and I really choked down my bagel. Hi, Helen. Hi, Avery. Hi, neighbor. I drove by your place again, too. I just don't feel, I feel shy to have to come to your door. Hi, Monk. Darby. Hi, sweetie. Hi, Carrie Joe. You're just about to go to bed. Aw. Oh. Well, I tell you what, I want to thank a few people. I'm going to do I'm going to do a video to share this, but I want to thank you, Darby, because Darby sent me a really neat, I'll just show you this part. But I'll get into what's inside. It's makeup from Clinique in this adorable, sparkly makeup bag. I loved it. Thank you. I love every single thing in it. And it would be things that I can't afford, honestly. I used to buy the toner and the moisturizer. They're full size. So, thank you. Don't be shy. So that was a really nice surprise today. That was my surprise today. And what else did I get? I got another surprise. I watched Big Brother with a few ladies, and some of them might come in here and or not. But anyway, Mimi, she made me this little adorable quilted little purse. It's just adorable, and I'm gonna always have it with me. And inside the little purse was a $20 bill. I'm rich. So I'm going to keep this in my purse. Isn't that cool? I have such nice people. And believe me, if you can't afford, don't worry about it. I understand. I'm not able to give everybody stuff, but that is a neat little gift. So I got two things today. Darby, I'm beside myself. First of all, there's no malls here. So I wouldn't be able to get it if I wanted to, other than online. But I'm going to show what's in it in my next video. So there's lipstick. There's all kinds of stuff in it. Oh, man. And then I showed the necklace. I'll show it to you guys. If I can find it. Here it is. No. Wow, I'm lost. Don't you hate when you know what it is? The lighting is crappy. Let me find it. Oh my god. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I made this yesterday. It's already sold. It's sold to one of the ladies in our Big Brother meeting, but it is such beautiful blues and greens, and so I unfortunately, well, fortunately, I sold it, but I won't be able to use it. A lot of times I'll wear them. It turned out really pretty though. So, okay. So weird to be cold. I have socks on. Got a little heater here, and it's like winter today, and then on Sunday we're gonna have summer. I don't get it. Carol, thank you. I hope everyone's feeling pretty good. The weather helps me, makes me feel better, and of course, I've had nothing but sweet gifts of lots of love, and that really does get a person through, you know. And it's not even my birthday yet, and I don't want to make anybody sick because last year they got some people go, can you talk about anything else? But hey, how often do you turn a big number like, well, I don't even want to say the number. I just had a little glitch in my internet. That was weird. Monk. Okay, so that's, yes, that's the big number. And I just appreciate everybody. I've had so many sweet cards sent to me. There's a card I want to, I don't know what I did with this card. Hold on a minute. I gotta find it. Oh, what did I do with it? It's from Emily, and she paints, and she paints similar to my style, very whimsical, and it's a fish, and she had it printed. So I'm going to find the company that did that because it's really nice. Hold on a minute. Give me a second to, I really don't know what happened to it. Ouch. Well, this one, unfortunately, I put the fish, maybe it's in my purse, but this is hers also. Yeah, this is her last year's card, and she paints, I paint similar, and it's really a nice like gift card, you know, a card to, little greeting card. So I think I'm going to start trying to put some of my artwork, because I have good photos. It's on the wall behind me. Thanks, Mary. Hi, Emily. Speaking of Emily, isn't that adorable? So I think that's a really nice way to have your art last forever, you know, and I really appreciate that, Emily. Thank you. Yes, so this is her card, and I could do that with certain paintings that I've done. I love it, by the way. It's gorgeous. It has that, oops. It does have the whimsical part that I love, that I like to paint. Oh, thank you, Emily. Yeah, well, let me find out because there's a few companies that I've heard. Um, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have cards like that, but I would also like a T-shirt and maybe like something else. I don't know, but I've got so much art that I've done, and I think all you need is a good photo. Emily, is that all you need is a good photo of that you can, you know, email to the company? I hope. How does that? That's the part I don't understand. Hi, Lori. Yeah, Emily is quite the artist. There's a lot of artists around, actually. Yeah, so that's all you need. Okay. I'm gonna do some of that, I guess. Would you guys be interested in like some paintings that maybe one on a t-shirt, maybe a couple of different greeting cards, things like that. Hi, Amanda. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Chloe, do I know where Aruba is? Yeah, it's an island in the Caribbean. Hi, Helen. Okay, good. I have a fuzz or something on my nose. I know my glasses are dirty. I really rushed. I did. I got it. Everybody sees everything. I didn't even know where the greeting card was. It was right there. What would I do without you guys? Oh man, I'm gonna clean my eyeglasses because that might help. Y'all buy these things? Walmart. Chloe, you are from Aruba. You don't live there now, do you? Or do you live, are you in Aruba now? Huh. That's a nice, I heard that's a nice place. Oh, wow, Amanda. Let me back up. I have to not think about your big TV in the living room. Well, that's really cool, Chloe, that you're in a little island. You know, that's where people go in vacation to Aruba. That's when you win on Let's Make a Deal or something. You go to Aruba. Man, there's crap on my glasses that won't rub off. That's pretty neat. I didn't realize that you were, in an island, on an island. You're 12, so I can't move anywhere yet on my own. 12? You got a long time. You don't need to think about that at all. Yeah, you got to have these. And then I usually put them on the camera, but I'm not going to touch the camera right now, being that I'm talking on it. Eclectic Chick. Lovely name. I like that. I'm pretty eclectic myself. I know Chloe's been coming in here. She's I don't know what she likes about us older people, but that's okay. Hello, Constantine. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. It's a cold Friday here in Texas. We're not used to it. That's what's happening. You know, Texas weather hits you like a brick. Like one day it's 90 degrees and it's kind of hot and the next day it's high of 50. It's a big change. I would appreciate that, Emily. Anything that you can toss me information because that would really be a neat thing to offer some people here on my channel. And even just to have to send to like someone like you did to me. Wow, that's Emily says Panhandle's going to get some snow on Tuesday. Arizona, yeah, Arizona's got the same type of weather too, huh? Ooh, 34 degrees in Omaha. Burr. Thanks, Danny. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy the live streams. That definitely tells me something. Yeah, Texas is a huge state. It's really, isn't it? Is it the largest state or is Alaska? I can't remember. But it's large. It's very, very big. I have not been, I have not seen the coast. I really miss the beach. I haven't seen it in 5 years. Well, 4 years. 4 years. When I was in Alabama, I did see the Gulf of Mexico a few times. 76 in Mississippi. That's pretty nice weather. I think it is the largest state, Texas. It's just so much. I mean, to get through Texas, yeah. Alaska's bigger. But Alaska's bigger, but I think Texas has, more because Alaska is big, but there's a lot of places in Alaska that people don't inhabit. You know what I mean? So I used to live in Florida. I lived in Florida a long time, and this time of year in Florida is really nice. But the summer there is dreadful, and summer lasts most of the year. Vanilla Rain, how you doing? She said Alaska's a big ball of ice. Right now, I it probably is. No, I think Texas is the largest, like, flat, basically state in our union. I'd love to see Alaska. That's pretty cool that you've been to Alaska and you're from Aruba. That's far away. I like the winter months in I don't mind, like, it's cold and you got to get used to it. You start putting your leggings on, your stockings, and you've got boots, and you know. But summer was really really hot here. Like, we had, 100 degrees or more for it seemed like forever, but and now it's cold, and I've got my little space heater, and but I'd rather have more clothes on and feel comfortable, and just I have an electric blanket. I like colder weather more than the very hot. Yeah, you're in California. That's true. Yeah, boots. This is getting to be now. We're gonna start wearing, if we have boots, but furry boots and booties. I have these, little boots that I've had for a few years. It's better. Yeah, Danny lives in Florida too. Yeah. I mean, Florida has some really, really humid days. And I think the whole time I lived in Florida, I felt like I wanted to leave. I really never liked Florida. And every summer, I would book all the shows for arts and crafts. That's what I did for years, if anyone's in here that doesn't know me. But I would book us shows all the way up as far as New York, and we would just be gone for 6, 8 weeks, so that the worst time of summer, like July and August, we weren't home. I know, Amanda. Can't wait to see them. Amanda said just recently, she said she had a pair of boots for me if they fit me, and I'm just like hoping they will. I don't have big feet. I have actually average sized feet and legs. I don't have fat legs either. I'm just, everybody's different. But this is going to be boots weather. I like boots weather, and I like hoodies and oversized, jackets and sweaters and sweatshirts. Oh, that's right, Danny. Yeah, you're getting ready. You got to get out of there. Don't do another summer there. I mean, winter's pretty tolerable. It's pretty uh, all the way through about, well, Florida, I'd say March, and then it starts getting really hot. Thanks, Chloe. What do I got? 20 likes and 51 people. Well, be nice, be kind. It's really the only way that people with a channel, when they do live streams, can see whether or not they should do that. If the people don't like it that much. But I've been fortunate. I've always done well on my thumbs ups. Yeah, so I really am enjoying. I've been making jewelry. I've been painting. I haven't painted. I have to start a painting soon. I hope you can get out of there. That would be good. Spring. Aw. Well, Chloe, you're definitely a very mature 12-year-old. I mean, honestly, you seem to be very well spoken and very sweet and intelligent, and I think that's great. Yep. And the only thing that I would say to you, if I really, well, here you are in front of me as a 12-year-old. If I was looking back, I wished I would have done this. And I know it's really hard to think about it when you're 12, even when you're 25. But I think because now that I'm so old, the one thing I should have done, if I could do it, I would now, is every time you get a paycheck in your life, every time you get a paycheck, whether it's just $100 or whether it's $1,200, every time you get a paycheck, take a little bit of money, whether it's $5 or $30 or $20, and put that in an account for your old self. And I know it sounds weird when you're young, but if you can pay your old self and it rides in there and makes interest, you will not have to worry that you only have Social Security, you know? And even if you don't, that is a nest egg and you need it. We all do. And everybody in here, I bet, would agree with me. Do y'all agree that it just a little bit of every check that you ever make in your life, if I would have done that, I would have a lot of money because I worked all my life and I always thought, oh, I'll save for my money later. And then we went on vacation and then you bought clothes and oh my God, I need this, I need that. And I never thought about, well, what are you going to do when you're 65? What are you going to do when you're 75? Are you going to live on 1,000 a month? Are you going to, how are you going to do that? And I have a lot of nice taste in things. I'm really not one to just the way I am. I've never been like meager, like a scrimp and save kind of person. And I just wished that I would have thought about that, because you'd have a lot of money and you wouldn't have to worry like you do when you get older. Okay, and Carol, actually, you said it in your one of your videos perfectly. She was talking to her younger self. I love that video that you did. So anyway, that's really the biggest advice that I can personally tell you for a future for your life because you're so young and you have there's a whole, God willing, a whole world ahead of you that you have no clue now and you don't have to. It's true though, Carol. I actually got that from your video, and then I thought about it, and it's like, yes, of course I should have done that. My parents, they scrimped and saved, and I mean, we weren't from money or anything. And your dreams is to become an actress. Well, go. You just go to school for it. Go for it. That is so wonderful. Anything that's anything creative to me is just so fulfilling. And that's maybe why I don't have a lot of money because when I was young, I played guitar. At 12 years old, I got my first guitar at 12. And my father and mother my mother loved music. My dad brought the guitar home for my mom. But my mom, and she was, she just didn't take to it. I did. I just took to it. So I got lessons from this really cool couple. They were like bohemians, beatniks, because we're talking 1962. They were like these far out ladies that in Los Angeles, and they taught. And I did really, really well. I said, that's it. I want to play music and sing forever and ever. And, I didn't think about, well, what's your future going to be, But I've always been in the arts, and I did that for many years. I didn't save a penny. So I'm saying, every time you get paid, put a little money away for your old self. Hi, Edward. Yeah, this is a terrible time for the kids. I mean, it's a terrible time for everybody on the planet. It's not just the kids, but when you're young, you do want to have regular things you can count on, like school, playing, interactions with children and friends. And it's the same with everybody right now, but I can honestly say that that this will be past. It's gonna go around in a big circle. Right now we're having to kind of cling together and learn how to get through this. But every kids are adaptable. Our three boys, they seem to be okay. It's hard. It's hard for parents too. You don't know what to do. Is it safe at school? Is it not safe at school? It's like horrible. Hey, Kim. Kimberly. Okay, see, I didn't know that was your name when you're here. Um, yeah, she's my friend that bought the necklace. Danny, I think you should be able to do anything you want to do. You know that? We talked about that. People should let each other be. That's probably the best thing you can do is let someone be who they are. Friendships, and that's one of the other things I think that I could actually look back and say I guess this is my week leading up to my birthday, but I would also say that out of all the things in your life, all the all the things that you buy and all the things, the most important thing by the time you're in your late years is the friends you've created, the friends that you have nurtured and been with, always in touch with. Whether it's a good friend, you don't even have to be in touch all the time. So friendship's really important, and a lot of people take friendship very lightly, and then they get old and they don't have any friends, not true friends. So when you got a friend and somebody wants to be your friend, you're lucky. Work with it. You're not living with them. Constantine's freezing. Turn the heat on. Kimberly says she has her Uggs on, her scarf, and her wool sweater. Aw, Chloe. It's okay, sweetie. It's okay. Everything's gonna be good. You got the world ahead of you. Can you just imagine, you guys, at 12, what you had to go through now till you're now? I mean, what wonderful memories. I'm really happy that, I have good memories. I really do. I've done some good things and fun things. And I've been a good person, you know? Exactly, Danny. A good friend, I have friends in California that I call maybe three times, twice a year, three times. Maybe they call me once, sometimes more or less. And it's always the same. It's like as if I never left. Yes, that's right. Plain vanilla grandma. And for those of you who don't know, she has a channel. Check her out. She says, Chloe, be a kid as long as possible. Don't wish to be grown up too fast, too soon. That's true. Yeah, because you do grow up fast. And I know it used to take, remember how long it took to get through a year? And now when you're older, a year is like 6 months. Barbara! Oh my gosh. Barbara's calling from Brisbane, Australia, waiting for our football grand finale. And guess what? There's going to be severe storms. Well, hang in there. I hope you're okay. Me too, Constantine. I have friends for so many years. Actually, my friends in California are my friends for 50 years. Hi, John. Welcome. Kimberly's going. Where you? Oh, you're all. Kimberly, I'll see you soon. Love you. We watched Big Brother together. Yep, Big Brother. It was good. It was good. It was fun. I laughed a lot tonight on Big Brother. It was kind of one. You'll see. You will see. It's been fun. We only have two more Big Brothers, and then it's over. for a long, and then I wait all year for Big Brother. I love it, but I am kind of one of those voyeurs. I love reality shows where I can watch people live. I would consider myself more of a voyeur in life. Any other people here consider themselves voyeurs? Voyeur. Well, that's the truth. We have lots of friendships and fun times and people we meet and associates and acquaintances, but a handful of true, friends throughout. And I'm fortunate because I have a few, I do. Because when I say I'm a friend, and sometimes it doesn't happen. Certain things some people are just not meant to be best friends. But when I consider someone my true friend, I am there for them all the way. And then there's people that I'm not there for at all. It just depends. You treat people like you want to be treated. So pretty much, I try to be a nice person. Yeah. I like to treat others like I'd like to be treated. I think that's a good thing to think about. We all have good sides and bad sides, and sometimes they come out, and you just, be forgiving. No one's perfect. Yeah, Danny. Well, we have a lot in common, you and I, and then we are very different in other ways. It's an interesting friendship, don't you think? Hey, thanks, Emily. I'll look for that and I will check it out. I really do appreciate the information and I love the card. That's why it's there. I really appreciate your art. Um, Totally, Kathy's a really good artist. She doesn't paint anymore, but she's got some really pretty paintings she's done. Yep, that's right. Hi, more haters, really. Welcome. We're just chatting away tonight. I am feeling grateful. I have a big number birthday coming up on Halloween this year, and I've been getting sweet gifts. I've been thinking about my life. I've been thinking a lot about like how time has flown. Time has flown, and the things that are important. Like I don't know how much time I have left. Thank you. Next Friday, a week from today, I'm going to have a birthday party live stream. So come back, at least come back Friday. But I don't know how much time God is gonna give me, nor do you. That's the way it is. But as you get older and you see people your age, either they're dying, they're sick, they're gone, and you wonder to yourself, what can I put in this year that would give me more memories. And thank you, Chloe. Thank you so much, sweetie. I'm gonna have a great week ahead. I already have. The week's gonna be great. Constantine, I know I did that little drive around Knox City while I drank my milkshake. I was so guilty. It was so good. And I thought, you guys like to see where I live. It's kind of a unique little town. It really is. And the people that were parked behind, I wish I knew them more. I didn't realize at first that they were YouTubers. Though I did see that turquoise trailer that was parked there, thinking I've seen it before. It looks so familiar. That's because it was the same people. And then they were gone the next day, so I didn't really have a chance to, you know, invite them over here. It was just really a quick visit. But yeah, I loved meeting new people. That was kind of cool. I'm just trying to get by too. I kind of get like I get moods like I'm feeling good because I've been really shown a lot of love this last week, and it helps. But I also get to feeling like, am I gonna be all alone for the rest of my days and not really share anything with anyone other than, my friends here, but you know what I mean, as a couple, where it's, your other person. Bye, Chloe. Thank you, sweetie. And keep studying and having fun. Do the best you can do. Yes, nomadic ramblers were parked there. I didn't know. I didn't know. I saw it and I thought, well, gee, that looks familiar. And then I was walking the dogs and the two ladies, and I really I didn't even recognize them until they said, you know, well, they knew who I was, plus they were friends of Patrick, my friend Patrick from the Paddy Wagon. And I'm like, yeah. And then they knew who I was. They knew who I was anyway. But as soon as she told me, I'm like, oh my God, I'm subscribed to your channel. They're quite the couple. They did a live stream tonight and it was real interesting. Yeah, they're husband and wife. They're sweet. I didn't talk long, but yeah. That's the truth, Barbara. I do have a lot of friends on here. And that is, believe me, that's like saves me. It really does. It helps me very much. But there is something about having someone that would rub your shoulders, or someone to cook for, someone to share a drive in the country, and you know what I mean? There's a difference. I am very grateful for what I have. I'm creative, and I created the YouTube channel, and I've created this reality that we share, because if I wouldn't have gone for it, it wouldn't have happened. I just saw Nomadic Ramblers had a live stream because they're at the Lollapalooza. So I tuned into their live stream for a little while because Big Brother was coming on. But they're just really nice people. Interesting. Gosh, Avery, if he's hiding somewhere in Knox City, that would be a miracle. Because, I mean, you live here. The chances of me making contact with a guy that is similar to me in a lot of ways, because you got to be a few things, you got to be on the same wavelength, and I just don't see it here. You never know, though. You never know. I'm not running around looking, because believe me, there's nothing to look at. There's not even a place to go and sit down and have a cup of coffee and meet someone. I need to move to Austin, but Emily, I don't know anybody in Austin. What would I do in Austin? I have no friends in Austin. Not one friend. I mean, and I'm not talking about YouTubers either. I'm talking about like people that I just don't have the ability to just go move to a big city. First of all, it costs. It costs. That's number one, the money. Number two, I would be very lonely if I just was all by myself and moved to the city and get an apartment in a low rent district because I can't afford anything. It just doesn't work. At least here, I'm with friends. I've got a nice place parked. I do. This is really, I mean, I'm lucky. My little travel trailer is in a really nice spot with a cover. But I'd like to go to Austin. I know that San Antonio and Austin, I've been to San Antonio and I loved it. And I want to go to Austin this year. Sometime I'll drive to Austin, but Yeah, it's hard to start over in a place without any connections. Nobody to, you know what I mean? It's a lonely place. Yeah, that's the drawback, Constantine, is that being in my little small town here, there are no places that you can go and meet people that, where a place like a lounge or a bowling alley or a coffee house or coffee shop, there is nothing like that. And the senior community center, I mean, it's called the Aging Center, which is the most disgusting name. But anyway, they are nice, friendly people, but they're not doing it anymore because of COVID. You know that they deliver the meals? They deliver lunch to all those people in there. I don't get the lunch. I don't want their lunch, but they go out and deliver food instead of the people coming there for lunch. Aw, thanks, Emily. No, and I'm fortunate because I could have been in a very lonely position had I not been invited to be here. Is this the town that I belong in? Probably not. I am way too liberal. I mean, I'm just a very not. I mean, I'm not. I'm not crazy liberal. I'm just a liberal type of person. Yes, Carol. The name of it. The name of the senior center is the aging center. Doesn't that make you want to go in there and like wrinkle? Avery, I've asked. You know what I called it? And when I went there, when I first got to Knox City, this is my fourth year. I tried going to the senior center, the aging center, several times a week, and I learned, and I learned how to play the game. It's called Joker. It's a special card game, board game that they play. And I would go there and sit with the people, and I always thought, man, they're all so old. And I know I'm similar age, but I don't feel like it. I just don't feel it. I tried. I really did. And I even told them, let's call it the club. So I would say to my friends here, I'm going to go to the club and play Joker. And the ladies all these cute Texas ladies that are, in their 70s, maybe 80s. I don't even know anymore. Can't tell. And they'd be like, the club, they get a real good chuckle out of me. And I'm definitely different than them, but I can get along with everybody. And I do. Well, I don't have, first of all, to start a craft shop, even if I could. I don't have the money to put out to do that. Nor do I think I even really want to do that because I when I paint and stuff, I'm not a trained painter, so I don't think I could really teach anybody how to paint. I could probably teach people how to bead, but it's how you put them together. You know what I mean? You can just bead beads and they're cute, or you can really put something beautiful together. And that comes from your own creativeness. So it's hard for me to really want to, you know, have a bunch of ladies coming in to expect me to teach them this and that. Yeah, I wanted to call it the club, and I did call it the club, and that's what I say. They still remember when I see them out and about. They're like the club. Emily says the relationships you have now may not be what you want or envision, but it's what you have at the moment. A true gift. I pray every day for people who are alone and have no one to even pray for them. That's sweet. Wow, Lori says that she's in California, so it's going to be cool. She said our senior center has a gourmet chef, and it's really cool, California style. Yeah, a follow along painting thing might really be fun. They have had those in Haskell. A few years ago, I actually went with Stephanie. Stephanie's the daughter-in-law, Kathy's older son's wife, and we went and we painted bottles. Matter of fact, Kathy has my bottle. I painted it up in her shelf. Um, Let me think for a second here. Avery's, because Avery, you're not from here, but your husband is. Is that what it is? I can't remember. There used to be a painting class here years ago. You know, this city's, and I don't even know how they call it a city. If it was up to me, I would call it the Village of Knox. And the senior center would be the club. Oh, that's nice, Lori. No, we don't have anything like that, and it's closed now. So you are from here. I've noticed that a lot of people from Knox City and Haskell and Monday and Seymour and all those places, they just come back. They never leave. Or they leave and come back. They're all here. And it's really weird because Kathy and her two sons and her husband and everybody here, none of us are from Texas. Isn't that strange? And some people from Texas have such a thick drawl that it's hard for me to understand them. The men I've talked to, there's a one man in particular, I'll leave his name out. I could hardly understand the guy. He had such a thick Texas drawl. Really? I can't even imagine a Zumba class. That would be a nice thing. That's wild. Yeah, I was thinking Knox would be much better than Knox City. I mean, Knox City, you know? It's not a city. Oh, well. They're not going to change anything. I don't know. Did Stephanie, do you know who Stephanie is? She might have been going to that a while ago. I don't know. Hard Knocks. The city of Hard Knocks. That would work. It's a very loving little happy community. It's really good for like Avery's age. She's a young families, lots of kids. Or lots of older people that, grandmas and grandpas and, that kind of thing. Hi, Sandman. I love San Diego. I never lived there, but I've been there. I'm fixing my heater. It was too hot. Yeah, that's a nice area. California, it's a very clean city. At least it was when I lived there. Yeah, it's a family town. Exactly. There's a lot of teachers. There's oil workers. Lots of children. Lots of churches. There really isn't much to do for people that are, single and young. Even for young. And then if you have a teenager and they want to go party in, say, Abilene, then you worry the heck out of that because Abilene's an hour drive and the roads are so dark at night, like really like long, straight, dark. That would scare me. Sandman, are you using caps for any reason in particular? Because it sort of looks like you're yelling, and I'm sure you're not. You say that the liberals have ruined California. Um, well, you can blame whatever you want. Oh boy, Barbara, hang in there, sweetie. Hope you stay online. I think California is a real big state. Personally, I lived there from age 6 to about 24. Okay, Sandman, no problem. Um, so I lived there a long time, but I did leave, when I was 24, I went to Florida. And it never was bad. We had no problem. I can't remember it ever being like it is now. I've been back to California a few times, but when I saw Rosie O'Kelly showed Skid Row, and it blew my mind. all the homeless people. It really blew my mind. I blocks and blocks of people living in tents and that kind of stuff. Hi, RV Ashes. Welcome. Yeah, he has to keep it on. That's okay. We understand. Lori's in California. She says, Sandman, you have a point. Our governor is horrible, but there are many here who are conservative and don't like what's going on. I just saw a thing on San Diego, the homeless there. Just so sad. Do you guys watch? Do you know what I'm talking about? Let me tell you. Hold on a second. Let me. The name of it, yeah, the channel. It's very interesting, actually. Invisible. What's it called? I'll tell you in a second. I'm looking. Invisible People. And this man, I think it's a man that goes around and he interviews the homeless all over, not just California, but all over. And you listen to the stories of the people that are homeless, and they're just like you and me. Really, they've just either had very bad luck, ran out of something happened in their life that took away whatever it is, but they're not any different than you and me. I mean, there are some are drug addicts and stuff, but a lot of people are just find themselves with no money. John says he's from California, moved here to Oklahoma when I was 18. I'm 40 now. I still have a hard time understanding some of the thick accents. Yeah. Oh, the accents are very thick. When people are from their little town, whoa. Now, Danny says there is a difference between a liberal and a progressive. And a lot of people confuse the two. Progressives ruined California, not the liberals. I think I can go with that. I think I would be safe. Yes, there are people that are radical. So they're radical in whatever point of view they're on. Whether they're radical people that are like the hard end of liberal, where it's hard to understand. And then there's people that are radical on the hate section. It's really sad that we've got so much division going on too. California is really having a rough time. Suzanne, hi Suzanne. She said, I just saw today that homeless person he interviewed is now in an apartment. Well, it's really nice to hear the good stories that people that do try to get a home and get one. Richards, you're right. The cost of living is too high. Lori says, most of us here in California know that the true issue is addiction. Most of the people in our town on the streets, and they are very young and don't want to work. The true homeless have resources here. Anyway, wow. Well, it's a hard topic to talk about because I feel like I'm liberal, but I don't feel like I'm a libtard. I don't like to be called that, nor do I think anyone deserves to be called those things. I don't think liberals did anything more than anybody else, but that's my opinion. California's progressive. They've always been that way. It's sort of like New York City, too. But it's too expensive to live in California and New York. And that happens. And then people become homeless and can't get out of it. Emily says we have more division than a third grade math book. That's funny. We're all entitled to our own opinions. I'm a Californian at heart, so I kind of take offense but I haven't been there. I can't really honestly say anything. If that's how you feel, you must have reason, of course. I know Emily's very, very witty. Yeah, we don't need to put each other down. You can have differences of opinions, and life goes on, and you can still both be. Everybody can be kind to each other. Okay, and on top of it, you have like you're yelling at us, and I know you don't mean to, but okay, and I agree on this. Okay, so Sandman says the number one problem is that they've cut out the middle class and turned the surviving ones into slaves. Working class can't even afford to live. Now you just said a mouthful. Yes, yeah. And when I grew up, we were middle class. We got to take a vacation once a year, maybe, someplace. My dad and mom would go to Palm Springs or to Vegas a couple times a year, and we all ate. And my dad worked very hard, and well, yeah, it's just something about it, when you hear all the terrible things about California, you're libtards, and it should drop off into the sea. That's a terrible feeling when that's a place you love. I love California. And it's gorgeous no matter what. Even matter of fact, Lee and Stephanie, Lee is my best friend Kathy's son. They just drove from Texas to they had a wedding in Eugene, Oregon, and they took their time. I told them to take the coast of California all the way, and they did. And it's still beautiful. Yeah, there's terrible things happening, and the rent, like, you can't live there. If I could live there, I would go live there. If I could live in California, like in near Mount Shasta or Santa Barbara, I would go live there. But who can afford that? That's how you can become homeless. That's okay. I know, Sandman, that you had a problem with the phone. Yep. Lori says the same thing. She loves California too, and it's a place that has your heart forever. Mine too, and it's very beautiful. Unfortunately, something's happened. Our whole society, it's not just California. It's like it's become the very rich and the people that are struggling to stay above water. And then the rest of everybody's underwater. And, we're all trying to stay afloat in the middle somewhere comfortable. And it is not easy. And I'm kind of glad I'm at my age that I don't have to really worry about what am I going to do. I already, as long as they keep Social Security, and hopefully I get to keep my Etsy shop and my, YouTube, I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. It's sad. It really is. I did like, how many months? Like 3 months maybe in New York City one time, and loved it. But I can't imagine living there. But sad, huh, Danny? He says life used to be about living. Now it's about profit. Or if it's not about profit, it's about survival. It's surviving. And if you have children and you have to worry about feeding them and clothing them and helping them through their life, I don't know how people do it. I really don't. I'm at a place in my life now where I don't really need a lot. The only thing I wish I had was a little, either a very small travel trailer or a little nice camping van that I can get away and enjoy some of the camping, because I do enjoy a little traveling here and there. But otherwise, I'm pretty lucky to have what I have. It may not be much, but it's mine. It's paid for. I have a really nice group of people in here, Sandman. I hope that you've subscribed to my channel. I was looking at my analytics, and almost 34% are not subscribed, but they come and they watch. I hope you guys could subscribe and help me out. Sandman, where should I move that has similar weather, beautiful women, beautiful landscape, lots of work, cheap rent, and stable population of about 10 to 20,000 people? Well, you're asking a lot. I don't know. I don't know where you should live. It's very cheap here in Texas. Oh, I love you too, Lori. Oh, I'm so glad you're subscribing. Yeah, I mean, when we come, I do live streams Mondays and Fridays, God willing, and I usually put a video out at least once a week, sometimes more. I do share my life, and I do a lot of artwork. You know, I'm just being me, and I don't know how it all happened, but you know, my talents are God given because I didn't. It just happens. I don't even really put a lot. I don't even know why I am who I am. This is how I turned out. And it started being in Los Angeles, LA woman. I'm very open-minded. I think people should be able to be anything that they want to be as long as they don't hurt each other. You know, if you don't hurt me, I don't care who you sleep with or what you do for a living. I don't know. Dan says, even as a conservative, I feel it's wrong for a company to increase their profits but not share some of it with the workers that bust their butts to make the company more profitable. Amen, brother. Thank you, Barbara. You know, I shared on Facebook. I have a Facebook, RV Debs Journey. Rosie, who's right there, she was underneath. She's always underneath the cover, and she was sort of sitting up. I took a picture of her. She looked like a ghost, and I put it on Instagram too. She was in her ghost costume. Blue jean baby, LA lady. Danny, my little ankle biters are so sweet. Hi, Helen. I'm so glad you were here. See you Monday, hopefully, or whenever. Yeah, you know, California was it's a kind of a place that if you grow up there, um, I know there's got to be, you know, racists and bad people everywhere, but I kind of grew up with all kinds of people. You know, my parents, when I was 15, I'll just say this. Before I was 15, we lived in the valley, and it was very normal suburban type living. But they got a job. My mother got a job as a manager of a high-rise apartment building in West Hollywood, and I was 15. We moved from the valley all the way to the city, to the Hollywood, you know, and life changed because as a manager of a high-rise in West Hollywood, we had movie stars living there, we had actors, and we had prostitutes, you know, call girls, expensive call girls. So I grew up with all these kinds of people, honestly. We had black beautiful call girls, we had white call girls. I mean, at one time my best girlfriends were call girls. I'd go see them after school, and we'd hang out in their apartment. If they got busy, I'd go home, you know. And my parents didn't forbid it. I'm glad. I went to Sepulveda Junior High School, so Sepulveda, which is near Van Nuys, California. You know, and I just saw open-mindedness. My sister Noreen, she was one of the first hippies. She hitchhiked or whatever up to San Francisco, and yeah, Constantine. Honestly, I'm sure we had those too. And you know, then all of a sudden she came out and said she was, you know, bisexual, and we had friends upstairs that were gay guys, and I just grew up loving the person, and I found that people that are different are much easier to love. I love people that are different. That's who I am. like me or not, So that's how I am. And I've always been, I took that with me even to Florida. And in Florida is the same. I always, I like open-hearted people. I don't like people that, I mean, you can be conservative. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are very conservative, but you better have a happy heart. Um, oh, that's awful, Sandman. You are mixed up. That's mixed up. I'm gonna let it be on here. I could have not put that on my chat. California school systems trying to turn kids into gays. You cannot turn anyone into gay. This is something you need to get through your head. You can never turn someone gay. Teachers aren't going to teach how you be gay. So please, for the love of God, please don't think like that. Please don't spread those kind of thoughts, because you don't turn gay because someone taught you how to be gay. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean it. I really mean this. And if you think that that's how it is, that people teach you how to be gay and you can be straight if you wanna, then you got your thoughts, you're allowed them, but I couldn't handle it. I'm sorry if I'm very extreme and passionate person. Exactly, Danny. I just say live and let live, Don't judge others, because who's gonna judge? There's only one judge, and it's not for me or you to judge others. People are gay, they're gay. That's where their makeup, that's their DNA, that's whatever. But I don't try to question it at all. I love you too, Constantine. Well, I mean, this is who I am. I could never be with someone that, I thank God my husband was very, very wonderful and open-minded and had a lot of female energy in him, because we're all a little bit male and female anyway. I'm a strong woman, but I'm very much a woman. People, a lot of people are pretty mixed up. And I only pray that because I live in a very, very conservative Christian town. I'm older, so I'm not gonna worry about it much. But I do see my 3 little grandbaby boys, and I just want them to be loving and open-hearted. And if one of them's gay, what does it matter? If you really think those narrow thoughts that some people are taught, then you've got your own problem to deal with, really. It's funny. I just think we should try to love each other, Only God judges, and only whoever your God is too. You have a right to any beliefs, as long as you don't hurt your neighbor, you don't hurt people, you're not stealing, you're not cheating. Have you ever seen a picture of my husband, Avery? I don't know if I've shown it lately, but I will. I've got 3 pictures here in particular. This is my husband. That's Mark. We met when we turned 50. We both were 50 at this right here in this picture. And then we have another one at similar time. I was a redhead for a long time. And this is a picture of us on our honeymoon. I married him 5 years after I met him. And I thought he was the most handsome man around. Like a Marlboro man, Mr. Rugged. Thank you. Yes, he was and as handsome as he was humble. If you say, gosh, Mark, you could be, and he was slim, 6'2", he could have actually, at 50, he could have been a model, an older man's model. And you'd say to him, someone would say, Mark, man, you are a handsome man. You should be a model. Let me take pictures. He'd say, you're too kind. He just There was something so sweet about that, you know? Anyway, I was lucky to have him for 14 years. We did, you know, I'm turning 70 next week. Do you think that I look 70? I don't think I do. I don't feel it. I'm glad you did, Constantine. You need to love your brothers, no matter who they are. Yeah, it's amazing how many people do skip right over the part in the Bible about not judging. Thank you, Sandman. I know, I don't feel it either, and it's really shocking I mean, I've gotten myself prepared, but I have thought about it for the last couple months. Geez, you're going to be 70. If you would have, if I look at a bunch of people and I think they're old, and I find out that they're like 69, 68, 72, and I'm like, wow. I think some people are old at 50, you know? 36 is a great age. You have so, yeah, you know, you're really, by the time you're 36, you know yourself, you got it together, you kind of know what you kind of want, but there's so much ahead of you that you just have no idea. Emily, that's right. Act justly, love, mercy, and walk humbly with your God, Micah. Dan, you look young too. I mean, I think these days 60 is like the new 50, and I really do think so. Constantine said his favorite age was like 35 to 36. And you're still figuring it out. You know, my favorite age? I did like 30. I lived in Key West, Florida, played guitar and sang, and I was at the very first Fantasy Fair, Fantasy Fest. It was a good time in my life, and I looked good. I was thinner, looking good. My talent was at its all-time best. But my favorite year was when I met my husband, and my 50s. Believe it or not, all the way through my 50s, he was healthy. And he passed away at 64, and we're both the same age. So, you know, we had a good 10 years of really strong, vital, doing stuff. Yeah. Yep, Danny, you're hitting the big 6-0. Not this year, but you know, it's coming. And I have friends that are very young. I mean, I don't really have too many friends my age, actually. Except for the people in California. They're older because they were my sister's friends. My sister Noreen was 4 years older than me, and I used to hang out with her. So when I moved to West Hollywood, I'm 15 and Noreen was 19, and I would beg her, please take me with you. Please. And that's when I started smoking weed when I was 15. Everything happened in Hollywood. Yeah. Those were the days, you know, everybody was getting high on weed and acid and all that stuff. I never abused any drugs. I've always been careful. But weed, I find that was a good thing for me. But I begged my sister, please let me smoke with you. You know, I mean, I really did. I bugged the heck out of her and my other friend, Michael, who lives in California. Hi, Butterbean Head. Danny, well, you were even younger than me, but, you know, I think it should be legal everywhere. That's another thing, at least in California and in Las Vegas and in Colorado. There's a lot of states now that, you know, it's just, I don't see the difference I do see a big difference, actually. Drinking liquor, you get in a car accident and kill somebody. Smoking a joint, you slow up. Whatever. It's again, only my opinion. And I'm not saying that everybody should do it because it's not for everybody. Some people are not into smoking and maybe other people like wine. Some people don't drink anything. I don't care. Again, I'm not judging anybody. How you doing, Better Bean Head? We've been having a big old discussion on just life in general. It's one of those nights, you know. I had a late start, and but I'm enjoying this time of night. And maybe it should maybe I should stay doing it late. What do you guys think? But I've enjoyed it tonight, starting here later tonight. It's fun. There's a lot of ways to think in our lives, but just try not to judge each other, even if you don't feel comfortable. Like, you know, if someone's real conservative, you might not have best friends that are liberal, okay? But consider that everybody has a heart that's beating and family and love in their life. Some people are weird. There are weirdos that are out there to start trouble on both sides. You have to sort of pick your friends very carefully and stay positive. Yeah, I think later's probably better on Friday anyway, you know? Not that it matters to me. When you're retired, Friday is like Tuesday, Wednesday, any day. I am so glad the debates are done, and I've already voted, and it's all I wish they would just turn off all of the everything on TV and let it all be. Wouldn't that be nice? It would be so nice to just have it all behind us. I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. I know, Danny, that again, what Danny says, for those of you just listening, he says, like everything else, the war on weed involves a lot of money, and that's why it's a fight. But it's been proven for the last few years that a lot of money comes out of pot, and they can tax it heavily and do the streets and make and give to our fire departments. I don't know, you know, nurses, whatever. That money could come out of every state, could be just really have a lot more income for the state. That's what I think. Yeah, I like the moderator too, and I like the idea that they can mute them. They were both okay. It was, you know, I'm so over it. Yes. Rosie. Rosie. Come here. That's Rosie. I had a sheet on that couch, but it's now a big bunch. Me too, Danny. I have 2 dogs. That's one. Lily. She's sleeping. She's a Chihuahua. Exactly, Barbara. She already did the whole blanket thing. Now she's out of the blanket. Rosie? Rosie? Is that a cute face or what? Come here. I want to talk to you. Come here. No? Rosie looks good for her age too. She's 13. It's okay. You don't have to come over. Yeah, I've always been very happy with all of the different kinds of friends in my life. I remember these call girls. Well, you know, one in particular. Her name was Rita. Yeah, they need some jackets. She's still my puppy. I was going to say, oh yeah, this lady named Rita. She lived in our apartment building. You know, it was a really cool apartment building with an indoor pool. The address, 1110 Hacienda Place. Right down the street from Fountain in Santa Monica, kind of Holloway. Anyway, I used to go to her house, and she called herself the poor man's Elizabeth Taylor. She looked like Elizabeth Taylor, the dark hair and light eyes. And I knew what she was doing, but I really didn't understand it because I was very innocent. Hi, Judy. That's right. She says, Mom used to say, do your own thing and I will do mine. That's for sure. We should all be able to do our own thing as long as we're not hurting anyone. And why should you judge whether I'm gay, straight, whether I smoke weed or drink? I mean, it's not at your, unless I'm in your house doing something crazy, you know. It's, last time I looked, it was like 49, but it's probably 45 degrees here tonight. It's getting kind of chilly for the next couple days, and then it's going to get warm again. And then we're going to get a cold front that's going to bring it down. I heard next week we are going to be freezing, in the freezing temperatures. I don't really look forward to it, and I haven't run my propane yet this year. So probably tomorrow I'm going to just run it to see if it works. It's true. That's right. Barbara said it's funny. Years ago when you were 60, you were old, and now it's different. Yeah, now it's like, I'm telling you, 50-year-olds are like 40-year-olds. And it just seems like we've just, life has made us younger looking. Southern Hippie, hi. She says, that is the same reason I am stuck living in North Carolina instead of my apartment in Greenwich Village. Came down here to look after my parents and got stuck when I got priced out of housing market in New York. Yeah, that's a lot of people's story for sure. Hi, Adam. Yeah, I'd love to go live on the beach somewhere and get a little apartment. What's that going to cost? 2,000 a month? 2,500 a month? And I'm talking about like Texas beach. I love New York City. I don't see why you would say New York City's gross. It's such a broad statement, really, Adam. You must be young. I don't know. How can you judge New York City in one big word? When I was in New York City, I lived there 3 months. I was 25, so it's a long time ago. But I remember how it was so interesting, the beautiful buildings. Ooh, you make it sound horrible. I guess it's whatever you look at. I guess whatever your eyes are looking at is how you feel, because I was there for 3 months. I lived on 78th and Broadway, in a couple of gay friends, guys, let me stay there. My sister had died in 1974, so my mom and dad said, go visit your friend, and who moved to New York, and I loved it. I saw Broadway shows, I took subways, I took bus, I got a job. Um, I never really, nothing bad ever happened, actually. Nothing bad. Well, it was definitely a wonderful adventure for me when I was there. Now, later on, okay, I'll go back because I loved it again. Me and Kathy, my best friend here, we were in business together for years. We did the New York Renaissance Fair every year for 5 years. So we're talking now, 1995. So up to like 97, 94, 97. Um, we would go and stay in the mountains to do the Renaissance Fair, and then go into the city and have a blast. I mean, oh, it's beautiful there. You don't have to go to the slum part. You know, we got to go to Central Park and different parks, and go to museums, and the restaurants are the best. And I mean, now it's so sad right now, but anyway, it was a good adventure for both. All, we loved it. We still do. Yeah, it's different. It would be culture shock for someone who's never been out of the small town. But it's an exciting city. You learn how to maneuver yourself in New York City. You don't stand around on the corner, or you'll be taken as a streetwalker. You don't stare at people. You walk, and you do your own thing. You don't. There's just ways to live in a city. Yeah, it just depends on where you are. If you're in a bad, trashy area, you're not going to like it. Anyway, how old are you, Adam? Just curious. I'm not going to judge your age, but I don't know. I mean, I can't see your picture that good. So, what's your age? Hey, if I can say I'm going to be 70, you can say your age. Give us the answer. I've been to Tijuana a few times in my life, but not for many years, and it wasn't my favorite place. What are you? I've been a standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona. Do I seem immature? I would not go and call you immature. I would call you young. Tijuana wasn't my thing, actually. I did like Cozumel when I was on a cruise. I went to Cozumel, and that was Mexico. I liked it better. Tijuana seemed dangerous to me. It probably wasn't. I was young. Well, are you in your 20s or 30s, Adam? If you care to share, I mean, we're all friends here, and I let all age, here. Route 66. I'd like to take Route 66. Yeah. Well, Adam, you know what? Youth can make. I remember one of the things about being like 20s. You really do think by your 20s that you really know it all. You do. You feel it and you know it and you're very intense. But to be honest with you, you don't know it yet. You know? Lots to know. Open your heart and your mind. Don't be ready to slam doors. Don't be shy either, because we're not judging you. It's okay to be young. Hey, I wish I was in my 20s again. Me and Butterbean we have the same idea to travel and have some fun. I don't know. I don't think so, Constantine. I'm not sure what the end of Route 66 is. But I know it goes like the middle. Doesn't it kind of go up the middle? Somebody Google it. New York City has all kinds of stuff in it, Adam. I don't know if you've been there or not, but there's the beautiful area and there's the slummy area. You know, there's people that are struggling to make a living. There's rich people. You are so funny, Adam. You come up with these big old names of things like you got it all figured out. Okay. Yeah, Avery, that's right. See, I have all age friends. Dan, Dan said it right too. He says, yeah, what a bubble buster it was when I got older and realized I didn't know half of what I thought I did in my younger days. Yeah, you'll look back someday and say, she was right, man. I don't know shit. But that's what we're doing. That's what you do with your life. You learn things. Yeah, and there's all kinds of people. Exactly, Avery. I just think, it depends on your background. Just don't be so opinionated, Adam. Because you're not giving anything a chance if you already got opinions on everything. But I was opinionated too when I was in my 20s, actually. You know? That's just the nature of being young. Is even my 11-year-old grandson thinks he knows everything. Yeah, we all are trying to just learn as much as we can. And believe me, you learn as you grow and you get older. Danny says, that's true. I wish I could go back in time because I owe a lot of older folks apologies because they were right. Yeah, that's what I say. Remember, was pay yourself a little bit out of every check. That's my advice to all the younger people. Every time you get a check, I don't care if it's $10, put that away for your old self because you're going to get old, hopefully, and you're going to be happy you saved something for your old age. That's my big that's my one thing advice tonight. But it's a good age. I mean, I got married, my first time I got married I was 21. I thought I knew it. I thought I knew what I wanted then. But I didn't. But I wouldn't take it back because I think everything we go through is a lesson in your life that you do learn. You know? Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Every time there's really no mistakes. Even when you think you've made one, usually you've made a mistake, but you really needed that mistake to get where you were the next place. Better Beanhead said, I thank God every day. I was so timid, it kept my foot out of my mouth a lot. I was still unlearned. Yeah, we're all still really growing and learning, I really just want peace. I wish people weren't so divided. That's what's scary. I think that's the scariest thing that's going around is that our sweet country, our America, the wonderful country that we have, is very divided. And that, as an older person, I think that can really harm us. We really need to get back to open our minds and hearts to each other, find the differences, work out ways so that we can come together on a lot of platforms. And otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen, really. Danny says, my grandfather told me that to buy gold and put it up for my old age. He was more right than he knew. I wish I would have listened. He was right. The most valuable substance on earth is water, says the Sandman. Well, water is definitely important. You come up with some really interesting lines, Adam. Ay, ay, ay. Water is life. Life is water. Well, he wasn't from our country. I don't know what you're thinking. I hope you can just open yourself up to other thoughts too. Well, you guys, hasn't this been a fun conversation this evening? I hope you've all enjoyed enough to give me a thumbs up, at least. Next Friday's my birthday party here, so definitely you can come in costume or not. A good nap is very valuable. Hey, Rebecca. You're so welcome, Sandman. You're welcome here anytime. Super duper. All is well, If you wake up in the morning, that's a good thing. If you find a little bit of happiness, a little bit of joy, a little bit of laughing every day, that's good. That's what you should do. Try to keep it light. Try to love your neighbors. Even if you don't like them, let them be. Just like Butterbeanhead says, right? A good nap is really something that is I know you do, Butterbean Head. I love you too, and I thank you so much for being a friend. That's right. Joy and a merry heart is the best medicine. Adam, please don't. I don't want you to keep saying things like that because I don't want to have to, like, get rid of you. But you're very negative and you're very young. And being negative is not a good thing. So I'm going to, like, try to let you slide and not really be I'm not going to be rude. But I love America, and I don't think America is donezo. But if the 20-year-olds think that, wouldn't we be in trouble? Wouldn't we be in trouble, though? You need to just really take a chill. Well, you know what's going to happen, Amanda. April Tatum says the first year Ira's mom opened one for me. I'll add it to it. See, there you go. April said that basically she started an IRA, and now that she's in 64, it's grown significantly. Yeah, you can't help. I mean, I wish I would have done better that way. I know you've been here. Amanda is coming to visit me. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Jenny Rose. What a pretty name. Aw, Dylan's a sweet boy. Hi, Dylan. Kevin! Boo! Boo, boo, boo. I had a picture today I put on Instagram, Kevin. Rosie, who's sleeping over there, she was under the covers. It's a sheet. And she was sitting up and looked like a ghost. So I put her on and said that was her costume. You're listening and working. I saw your. By the way, I didn't leave a comment. I'm terrible. But your video today, Camper Van Kevin, about getting shot at like that. I just want you to know I'm so glad to hear that it was something that you got to go through and take care of without it hurting you or your babies. People are crazy. Yeah, I think so too, Avery. I mean, I can't get into that. So, hi, Bob and Robin. Yeah, thank God, Kevin. Though when you're out there, you never know. You never know. I mean, thank God. You're just be great as you are. You're a cool man. You're grateful for. Thank God it was nothing. A window can be fixed. But just the idea of someone out there being horrible like that. If you haven't seen Camper Van Kevin's latest video, I know he's got way more subscribers than me, but go see it because it was a good one today. I hope you get a chance, Kevin, to come through this area of Texas and stay behind me, and we get to visit and share our doggies, and you know, that would be cool. I'm fortunate. I have 5 full hookups right behind the house here, and it's very quiet and comfortable. So, you know, yeah, I would love that. Um, but it's like what happened to you. I'll let people watch the video. But he had, someone shot at him in a dark place. It's like for the kicks. For kicks. Well, there's plenty of power for free for you. The first 2 nights are free, And then it's $10 a night for up to 2 weeks. So, but I have plenty of space right here. So if somebody wanted to stay a little longer and they were like solar, then they could just park behind my house for free. Hint, hint. Yeah, things you never know, and that's why I say every day you get up and try to find some joy out there in the world, or at least have a good laugh, or just look at some beautiful things that we do have right here, right in our life, and because there's plenty of crap that hits your life. It would be fun to have Kevin here. I know he would enjoy himself. You got a lot of fans, Kevin. I don't blame them, though. I'm a fan, too. Amanda's driving here. She's coming Sunday. Obviously, it's nice enough to come back. Right, Amanda? Just the drive itself is pretty nice. No traffic. And people are easygoing. I mean, it's a conservative place, but nobody bothers anybody. And then I'm here. Yeah, I remember last year I went to see Amanda, and it was when I after I visited and then I headed home. We had the snow. We had one snow, and it was really, really bad from all the way from halfway to where she lived, all the way home. There was no, they didn't do anything to the roads. They just, oh my God, it was horrible. But I got here. How far are we from El Paso? Well, Amanda, you're my secretary. Google how far El Paso is from Knox City. Yeah, I need to go to the Metroplex occasionally. Monday's going to be cold here too, Jenny. I don't know how cold we're going to get, but, could happen. We're not far from New Mexico. That's one place I'd like to visit. I want to go to Santa Fe. I'd like to see Santa Fe. 22 degrees. Ooh. Anybody tell me how far it is from El Paso to Knox City, Texas? Yeah, it's going to be cold here too, but not quite that cold. 7 hours. So it's definitely a long drive. Too far to spit, yeah. I'd like to go to El Paso too. I'd like to go get my teeth done in Mexico, cleaned, and I don't know. I'm thinking about adding dental on my Humana plan, but I don't know. 492 miles, Kevin. Yeah, Texas is huge. Really. I'm thinking about flying to Las Vegas sometime in the future because, first of all, I checked how much it costs to fly from Dallas to Vegas right now, round trip. It's like $75. Round trip. Wouldn't that be an awesome little getaway? And it's, I went through El Paso. Yeah. Yeah, Amanda's from California too, that's right. I knew there's reasons I like you. Sandman, nice to meet you and come back again sometime. I'm glad you did subscribe. It's cheap to fly right now. And I was thinking about in January, being that it's nice and cool in Las Vegas, not hot, and just go to Vegas and go to one of those nice hotels with a balcony and hang out, you know, and just, I've been there many times, but it's been a long time. I'd like to go back. That's what I was going to talk to you about, Amanda. Does anyone know who, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name? Oh. You know, my memory's horrible when it comes to names of stuff. Let me find it, what I'm looking for. It was her and her girlfriend. They went to Vegas recently. And they stayed at the Cosmopolitan, and they had this balcony, and it was so cool. They could see the Bellagio, you know, the fountains right from their place. I mean, wouldn't that be a neat place to hang out? Let me see. I can't find it. She's a YouTuber, but now I've lost. Oh, here it is. Candy Fox. Candy's with a K. She does try-ons and clothing, and she's just a person that vlogs. But she's a very heavy woman, young woman, and her other friend, they went to Vegas and they had such a good time, and I could see enjoying that kind of a vacation. I know Vegas is dead, but you know what? That's kind of cool, Kevin, because I don't really need a bunch of people to enjoy. And it looked like, you know, just being on the balcony or going down and playing a little bit, maybe have a nice meal, take an Uber to somewhere else. Winters in Vegas, that would be neat, Robin. I follow Wonder Hussy too. I haven't seen too many of her videos recently. Jenny Rose says, I lived off the strip and worked at Circus in my youth. She's your second favorite, huh? She has a nice personality. She's funny. Well, I'd like to go to Vegas. I'm thinking that would be a fun, like maybe 3 nights, just to get out of a small town, go to a big old fancy, you know, nice place like Cosmopolitan, and just have a 3-night getaway. Doesn't that sound like fun to anybody, Amanda? Matter of fact, they said that you know, they were drinking a lot and partying, and then she said that they had edibles that were, you could buy them and they would deliver them to your hotel. Isn't that crazy? I've never been anywhere where marijuana was legal. It's one of my bucket list things. And that won't be hard to do. Yep, if I had myself a little tiny trailer or a little camper van, I would probably be all winter, I'd be, you know, going places. And the summer too. You know, when I was married back in, when I was 21, we lived in Fraser Park, which is in the mountains between LA and Bakersfield. But we went to the Mojave Desert, and we were, what do you call it? They had races, like dune buggy races, and we were like, we were like out watching them go by. Like, I can't remember what our role was, but I've never been on a really good train. That would be fun too. Yeah, I've never been to the Vegas to see I've never seen the Cosmopolitan, but I love the looks. Beautiful place. It looked really nice. I stayed at the Mirage. The last time I was there, I stayed at the Mirage with Kathy. But I remember Vegas when I was young. My parents loved going, and we stayed at like the Dunes and what's the other one it's gone now? They're gone. I've never been to Idaho. I'd love to go to Idaho someday. And Utah. Never been to Utah. Yeah, the old days, the Tropicana. It was there's one that I can't think of right now, but the Dunes, and then there was one more that my parents would stay at. Desert Inn, that's another one. That's not the one I'm talking about, though. Let's name some of the old Vegas hotels. No, but I know I've seen the Imperial Palace. But now go back to like the 70s and 80s. The Sahara. Yay, you did it. Pan Flip. What's the name? Yeah, it's the Sahara. They stayed at the Sahara mostly. And the Dunes. And my dad was into gambling. He loved to play craps, and he would go on junkets, and I got to go with them. It was fun. I've been to Caesars. I've been to the Mirage. I've looked at the Venetian. I haven't stayed at the Venetian, but there's quite a few places I'd like to see. One time we went to downtown. We stayed at the Golden Nugget. Yeah, the Golden Nugget. That was fun. And I remember being on like a 16th floor of the Golden Nugget, and we went to the window and it opened up. Literally, you could have jumped. I could go for a little excitement, Yep, back then you drove through. They didn't have Fremont Street like it is now. I did see it, but I never really went walking through it. I'd like to do that. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about planning a little, just maybe 3 nights, because I think that's all I could stand of Vegas. I don't want to gamble, I mean, I'd play slot machines, but I wouldn't want to gamble a lot. Yeah, I'd like to do that. We'll see. Maybe that'll happen. Because it's not too expensive. If you can fly there for like $75 round trip, and you get a room that's nice for probably $100 a night, you can get something really nice. And then split it with someone. It's pretty cheap for a really fun time away. It's in my mind. Danny, have a good night's rest, and we'll talk soon, I'm sure. Definitely enjoyed your company. Thank you. As a matter of fact, it's almost 2 hours. So when this hits 2 hours, I am going to call it quits here. I just love my little, I don't think Mimi's still up, but she sent me this today. She makes it. They're little zipper. Little sweet zipper bag. All handmade. With cash. I'm rich. I'm going to save some money, and I'm going to go I'm going to get away for a little while. I'm going to figure it out. Hopefully I'll find someone that wants to go with me. She is a doll. That was the sweetest little thoughtful thing to do. And I like it so much. And there's a J. I asked her today what it stood for. She said joy. And that's cool. I say that a lot. Hey, Lucky. Good evening. Well, I haven't done anything. If I want to go to Vegas, I'm going to go. I'll wear a mask. I'll do what I have to do. Tell Dylan good night from Deb. You're always going all over the place, Lucky. I haven't left this area in a long time. Thanks, Adam. I really needed you to bring in your positivity. Jeez. Go find some negative people to hang out with because I don't want you to bring me down. Yes, Mimi does beautiful work. Avery. Yeah, she's very talented and such a kind heart. And this is really sweet. I'm going to stick it in my purse. It's always going to be with me. Whether I put some aspirin in there, I'm going to always have this with me. There takes all kinds, really. Adam is just a very negative person, and you need to grow up a little bit, Adam, and see why we're saying this. I'm always trying to be safe, Lucky. Believe me, I haven't done anything in a long time, but I'm thinking about going to Vegas in maybe January after the holidays. You can't help it. Yes, you can. You can help it. Yes, that's exactly. And I got a little piece of Mimi. Love it. You can help your attitude, Adam. Not everything's gone to hell, You can look at everything negatively or you can start thinking more positively. You don't know what you're talking about. You really don't. And you can find good everywhere, but you can also find crappy stuff everywhere. If you look for crap, if you look for the negative, you're going to find it. You're going to find it in people, You're going to find it. Anyway, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I think a lot of cool things are in Vegas. I don't want to live there, but I sure like to vacation for a little while. And I've been to Vegas. Matter of fact, Kathy and I had bought tickets, round trip airfare and a package at the Mirage. And 9/11 happened on a Tuesday, 9/11, when that happened. And our tickets were for the following Tuesday. Try going to Vegas after that. But anyway, I can find a lot of I can find good things everywhere. There is beauty everywhere if you look. I don't know where Adam lives, but it seems like he lives in his own world. What makes you feel so downhearted? Well, there's a lot of wonderful things everywhere. Vegas is not just casinos. I just want to go and be pampered for a couple days. That's all. Butterbean head. Okay, here, Jenny says, my son lives in Vegas and he's good. My family all live there. There is good everywhere. Depends on what you focus on. Exactly. And you live in Georgia, so what do you know about Vegas? Really? What do you know about Las Vegas that you could even say that, I don't know. You probably never even been to New York City, but you put it down. Oh my gosh. And it depends where you are in Georgia, right? Yeah, Savannah's really nice. Hi, dinner on a dime. That sounds good. I've been to Tucson to Tucumcari, to Hatchapee to Tonopah. I've driven every kind of rig that's ever been made. Driven the back roads so I wouldn't get weighed. And if you give me weeds, whites, and wine, and you show me a sign, I'll be. Mm-hmm. I've been to Stone Mountain, Georgia is really pretty. That's where we used to do the Yellow Daisy Art Fair. But Atlanta was huge, and I couldn't wait to get through it. Look for the beauty. That's right, Robin. That's okay, Adam. Maybe you're supposed to be here so that we can open your eyes to beauty. I love the Carolinas. Beautiful place. Really. There's beauty in every state. Every place, there's beauty everywhere. Even in this small town Texas. Nothing like beautiful cotton fields that are blooming and beautiful horses that are out in the field running free, and cows that have the cutest faces in the world, and chickens that people love. There's good things in everything. Whoa, RV Lucky. Call her up. I'm in the country. I'm so far in the country. I'd like to go to Vegas just to just have a dose of action, people. I wouldn't want to live there because, I don't like the desert for myself. Not all year long. That's right, Constantine. Amanda said it like it is. I'm not going to repeat that, but it's true. We're here to just maybe enlighten you. You came into this, it came into my channel, probably didn't know who you were going to be talking to. You should subscribe, though. Yeah, Butterbean Head, you and I are a lot alike. I like both. I think that there's beauty, and I love being in a nice, safe little town in the country. But I also like going to the city and going out to dinner and seeing a museum or a movie. You searched RV and found me? Well, welcome. I've been on YouTube this is my 6th year. And I'm called RV Debs because I live in an RV. And I traveled from Florida, got to Texas, and I'm staying here for a while. But I do love to travel. Lucky said I like cruises out at sea. I love going on cruises, Lucky. You take care, Adam. Be happy. Find beauty out there. I'd love to go on another cruise. I've been on a few cruises, and they're a wonderful vacation. Not cheap, but definitely fulfilling, the kind of vacation that you really have a great time, and then when it's over, you go, now I need a vacation. Yeah, I like it. I like both. I love the beach. I'd love to go and spend a year I have in my life. But again, living on the water. I loved living in Key West because there's water all around, and it was so nice. I wish I was a little closer to the city. I think the older you get, driving at night now sucks for me. I don't like the bright lights and the darkness, and it's like. But when I was 20, 30, I could have driven anywhere at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, wouldn't have mattered. As you get older, your eyes get tired, and youth is wasted on the young. I sound like an old person. It's been a fantastic live stream. I wasn't even sure I was going to do it. Yeah, come on to Texas, Constantine. You got friends here. Avery and I live here in Knox City. Believe it or not, I have a friend named Avery that actually lives within. I bet we're about maybe a half mile from each other. Maybe. Uh, I'd love Constantine to come to Texas. He might someday. Hey, Rosie O'Kelly said she's going to come to Knox City to visit with me. Won't that be interesting? I would love her to come. She can blow some people's minds. She's cool. Yeah, I went to your house. I went right by your house. It took me a matter of a minute or two to be there. Yeah, it's going to be a while, but you know what? I'm still going to be here, and so are you. So we can plan in the future a get together. Well, you know, yeah, they probably would, and I don't care, truthfully. Yes, I'm into the beach. I love ocean colors. I do necklaces in ocean colors. Knox City could use a good dose of Rosie. Can you see her chooching up the main street? It'd be really fun. Well, this Sunday, I'm going to make dinner for my friend Amanda, who's coming, and Kathy and Mark. I'm gonna make a big old pot of homemade baked ziti. It's gonna have sausage and lots of mozzarella melting through it, and homemade sauce. It's gonna be good. Can't wait. I'm gonna make it tomorrow so that it's just all I gotta do is put it in the oven. You're going for real this time, Jenny? Me too. Hey, Rosie O'Kelly is a super person, and smart, loving, funny, very entertaining person. And if you can't find her entertaining, then there's something wrong with you. She's cool. Listen, you guys, I've really enjoyed speaking to you, and I kind of like the later time. Maybe I should start my lates, like instead of 7 Central, maybe more like 8 or 9. Molly, oh, Molly, I'm ending this. I am too, Amanda. We're going to have fun. Yep. So you guys, just, be happy that we're all here together, and I'll see you all on Monday after Big Brother. So if you want to know when I'm coming on, just when Big Brother's over, and I have a few minutes to, today I grabbed myself something to eat real fast and washed my hands, came on. Yeah, I started late, Molly, because Big Brother was on tonight. And it's going to be on on Monday. And then it ends Wednesday. So that's the last time. Yeah, Molly's late, darn it. I'm staying on for 5 more minutes just because Molly got here. Everybody say, yay, Molly. Unfashionably, but very fashionable. So I sold my necklace to Kimberly. That's wonderful. I really like that necklace. I'm going to miss it. I'll make them, and sometimes it takes a while to sell them. But isn't that pretty? It's just the prettiest, bright colored cobalt blue and bits of green. That's a very beautiful crystal. That is not a new crystal. That's a vintage crystal. She's gonna like this. She's gonna like it. This one I just did too. And it's natural colors, but I put a little bit of gray and black in it. So that's pretty too. I'm just a busy beaver, aren't I? Yep, I am. Here's another one. I haven't put it up yet. Yeah, I don't know if Kevin is even still here. I don't know if he's seen my painting. I probably could paint his Yorkies, but that'd be a big endeavor. I'm wearing these earrings. They're for sale. I promise if somebody buys them out, alcohol them clean. There's some really cool, some beautiful beads in the world. I love them. I know. I was worried. That's terrible. Yeah, he was driving at night. I forget where he was. But he pulled off the highway and went under like an underpass. Excuse me. And he heard bam, 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 3 shots. And one broke one of his windows, and then I think he found the other 2 bullet holes too. So, because somebody was just being a jerk, being a punk, could have killed him, could have got him in an accident. Oh, it's horrible. Some real idiots out there, isn't there? I think that's scarier than anything. It's just the way people are. God. But he handled it. He fixed it. He's cool. He's a good guy. I'm gonna get to meet him. I'm gonna meet a lot of people, because if I don't go out there to meet them, they'll come here. So you guys, till Monday, be well, be happy. I love you guys a lot. And I'll be putting a video out. Blah, 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 blah. Until then, peace out.